What's up, you guys? Jordan here from Northwest Nomads. Today we've got our 2018 Ford Transit and we're going to be installing the Nomadic Cooling X2 12-volt rooftop air conditioner. So we chose this because it's small, lightweight, compact. We should be able to use it while boondocking, and it goes into just a regular RV roof vent, the 14 by 14 holes, so it's pretty standard. So that's what we're going to be doing today, showing you guys how to install it. So let's get into it. So when you get your X2 air conditioner in the box, there'll be everything you need. You get your rooftop to AC gasket, your faceplate, you get your remote control, the hardware for mounting. Right here is your control panel, the brackets, and then some stabilizers. So what you're gonna need to do this job is a drill to drill a pilot hole. We're doing this DIY status, so we're just gonna use a jigsaw with a metal blade. What we use for a sealant is Sikaflex 221. Sikaflex is some great stuff. We're gonna run some tape on the metal, and then what is really awesome is a template. So Nomadic Cooling sends you a template in the box, which just makes things easy. Run our tape down, put the template down, trace it out, and it's good to go. All right, you guys, we got our trusty template. We've pre-drilled our corner holes, gone up on the roof and taped it out and drawn our pattern up there. One thing I want to mention before you drill any holes or cut anything in your roof is to bench test your unit, because on the off chance that it doesn't work and you've got a bunch of holes in your ceiling, what do you do? So we got everything ready to go, and let's cut some holes. All right, so we're gonna do a little test fit. We've got our gasket up here, and just make sure that everything clears. And if everything's good, we're gonna throw down our gasket, Sikaflex everything, and let the gasket sit for a little bit before we actually put this on there, because I wanna make sure the Sikaflex tacks up a little bit. Did it clear? Okay, so we had to test fit that, make a couple adjustments, because I'm trying to keep this hole as small as we possibly can. So now I'm going to use my Sikaflex 221, put the gasket down here and seal it, and then I'm going to probably let it sit, let that sealer tack up a little bit before we put the weight of the air conditioner on it. Try not to make a mess. Try not to. Alright, we had to cut and get Jimmy up here to help out a little bit. I want to make sure that this gasket is pretty close to perfect as we can get. So we're going to keep it side to side, right on that edge, and then just find the happy medium front to back. Alright, you guys, we're back. We took a little bit of a break. We let the Sikaflex set for about an hour on that gasket before we put some pressure of that AC on it, just so things kind of settle in. We have our screws that go into the AC, and how these go on here is you've got your bolt, you put your set nut, then your lock washer, and then your regular washer on it. And it's got these brackets here, and you run it up, and it goes in to your nuts that are in the bottom of your AC, and things are going to sandwich. So we had to cut about 3/4 of an inch off of this. And then we took a 2x2 and ripped it down to, I don't know, it's maybe an inch and 1/8 or something. And then we put that up to the ribs of the roof, and this will go in here, and your brackets will sandwich the roof between these brackets and your 2x2s and sandwich that ceiling, so it secures everything. So it's a really simple DIY. Like, you can totally do this. Now it's always daunting cutting a hole in your roof, but measure twice, cut once, or measure 10 times, cut once. We're gonna get into that, fasten our brackets, and sandwich everything together, and that's probably gonna be it for about now, because we have to do insulation and furring strips and all that, and then we have to run our wiring and our conduit through the walls and stuff. Like I said earlier, we already bench tested it before we cut our hole to make sure everything works. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and get our brackets in here and get that air conditioner secured to the roof. Well, we did it. The AC is installed, and in all honesty, this is probably one of the easier things I've done as far as cutting a hole in the roof and installing fans or air conditioners. Super DIY friendly. A couple things though, when you're putting these brackets in, make sure you don't over tighten these screws, because you have your set nuts that then you can tighten up and sandwich it. So, and like I said earlier, you know, we're gonna run our wiring and some conduit and stuff in the ceiling, so that's at a later date. We have furring and whatnot to do. Another thing we're gonna do tomorrow that you can't, like, don't forget before you just do your ceiling and all that, is water test it. Make sure, you know, once everything's kind of set up, get the hose out, water test everything and make sure you have no leaks before you go ahead and put your insulation and ceiling up. But yeah, super stoked to have it done. I'm loving it so far. The easy installation, like we bench tested earlier, blows cold, so I'm stoked when we're all finished up and to chill in this thing with some AC. So that's it, you guys. Appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Peace.